Okay, guys, so welcome back to the Deluxe Life of Chino. And of course, I'm Chino Brown, and this is another vlog introduction, intro of my life and my journey that I have started on YouTube. And I realized that I haven't really been given much of a inside perspective of really who I am and what I'm about and what I stand for and the purpose of why did I start YouTube. So that's what we're going to really be covering. So I'm not going to take too much of your time. So really the purpose of starting the YouTube channel is because I genuinely believe in God. I believe in Jesus, and he's been laying it on my heart to follow your dreams and your passions, and follow the dreams and passions that have been bestowed in you since childhood. A lot of times in life, we lean away from our childhood creativity due to social norms. It could be traumatic experiences, our past, our present, and sometimes the fear of the future can make you a little bit stern when it comes to following your own dreams and your passions, because you may feel like that's a childhood-like mentality, when in reality that's the creative push that you may need to make it to the next level. Me being who I am, I'm highly ambitious. I'm always striving to be better and be the best I can. It's a concert that's being built. As you don't know, I live in Las Vegas, one of the best cities in America, in my opinion, besides Miami, Florida. So, in Philadelphia, where I'm from, baby. But besides that, man, so that's why you hear the music, because we have a concert, we always have events, etc. Back to the point. So basically, the purpose of what I'm doing here, and I'm infiltrating, and it will be successful. I want to encourage people to avoid the complications that I have faced on my journey, and to manifest their desires without, any hindrance of possibly, whether if it's envy or if it's just discouragement from family or friends, or just situations that you have been presented and had to handle and overcome. So with that being said, we're going to first go over manifestation. Now, I'm not the biggest manifestation expert. I am learning. Everything I'm teaching is majority of things that I have learned, continuing to learn, and have experienced, of course. So basically, the purpose of this is to explain to you how to manifest and just the importance of it, because I don't think people realize how much they have manifested. I don't think people have realized how ironic life can be. I say that to say because just a few coincidences in my life. I'll say this: manifestation can happen whether if you know it or not. Your life is kind of already preordained and predestined. You just have different options that you can choose from that will lead to different realities. And it's like a paradigm or paradox, or however you want to say, some Avengers stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it really is like that, right? So I say that to say, like, before I even moved to Las Vegas, I used to come here as a kid. Ironically, a lot of people think that Vegas is not really kid friendly. I wouldn't disagree, but I wouldn't agree, because back in the day, they used to have more shows, like Treasure Island used to have this pirate show that was really cool. We don't do that anymore. Circus was very kid friendly because it had like a kids section. So I used to come with my grandma and my uncle. I used to come here and visit Vegas for a couple of days and just experience Vegas. Years later, I ended up moving here, and I had no intention of living out here because it wasn't a known place to live, right? So moving forward, I also moved to the Middle East, and I say that to say, like, I forgot a little bit my correlation with that, but I moved to the Middle East and I went to Dubai. And Dubai has become such a great phenomenon, this big phenomenon of luxury and, you know, shopping, and just, it's a great place. I love the Middle East. It's funny because back in the day, people used to like side eye me and make kind of look fun of me, like the Middle East, like it's crazy, like it's not crazy over there. So I had to explain that. So nowadays we have Instagram models and Instagram and all these different attractions to the Middle East, when just like less than maybe a little more than 10 years ago, it was not a known thing. It was not it. Now, I've been there and I never had this. I mean, I always knew it was the richest places in the world, and that was a blessing. But I never registered of how important this place was going to be. So I say that to say now I'm older and I'm like, damn, like I'm working towards to get back over there into a certain type of lifestyle and atmosphere. Now, when I went there, like Dubai is kind of like Las Vegas, but for the Middle East. Like when I went over there originally, I was a kid. I was like 13 years old. I was young. I really didn't get a chance to really enjoy it and experience it as much as I want to. But the irony in this whole story is that I've been to places that I end up either wanting to go back to or moving to. Another place was Florida. I had a situation when I was younger. I was not the best kid. I was not doing the best things. And I ended up going to Florida for some time. I believe it was Palm Beach. So I was in Palm Beach, Florida for a few months, and make a long story short, I ended up moving back to Florida with my mom's, and I love Florida now. And I say that to say that you never know why certain things happen, or where is the path, or what is the path that God is leading you to, or the universe, or whatever your belief system is. You never know where you may end up at, because life is very tricky, it's very funny, it's very ironic. So I say that to say, you know, when you get older and you really realize the key of manifestation, you have a conscious of where you want to be in life, you have to place yourself in proximity of where you want to be, or what you want to do, or where you want to go. And I say that to say, like, your mindset, this mindset is very important, because it helps you attract the things that you want. And it doesn't happen overnight, but I've seen, like, recently, like a friend on Instagram, for example, she posted how she's working at this gym that she wasn't working at last year. And she was just visiting last year, right? Now this year she's working there. And I just saw that, I was like, damn, I gotta talk about that, because it really be like that. Like, just a place that you never had the thought of. Like, person might go to Egypt or something. Next thing you know, they're a tour guide in Egypt 5 years later, making 100 bands a year. So you have to have a very open mind, open perspective, and you really have to encourage your manifestations. And you have to continuously work at it. Like, I have a Mercedes. I ain't gonna say what type of. So, when I got my car, this is my first car that I bought. I made this investment. I will say it's one of my best investments personally. It's a financially a B, but definitely one of my best investments personally for me. And I will explain that in maybe, if not this video, the next video. But overall, right? So back to the point. When I got my car, it took me, I've been manifesting having a Mercedes since 2016. I was homeless with my mom, and you know, I guess I always had this inclination that I don't care where I'm at in life, like, I like nice stuff, and I want it, like, I need it, like, and not I need it, but if I want it, I'm gonna get it, and I need it, because I want it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I say that to say, like, you know, I was looking at my Mercedes while I was homeless, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's the mentality that you have to have. Like, you have to have this, man, I don't give a fuck what the situation is looking at like now. I want this, I'm gonna find out how to get it. Now, that's the second part of that mentality, is finding a way to get what you want. legally, and of course without stepping on any toes or doing anything that's bewildering, right? Um, Let me stop saying but you know, that was one thing that I manifested was my car. So I was manifesting that since 2016. 6 hard years later. Well, about 8 years later, I guess. So things take time. I was 16 at the time, so I wasn't really worrying about driving a Benz at that time, especially not, having a crib. So I was like not worried about that. But when I got a little bit older and kind of just got a little bit more of a sense of responsibility and maturity, to make a long story short, I'll skip to, 2022, 2023. I was working at a rent-a-car spot, right? I have a lot of jobs, so that's one thing about my journey you guys gonna realize. But I've worked everywhere, bro. Like you ain't out working this dude, right? I promise to God. So like, so sorry, I'm getting over a cold, but yeah, man. Like when I was at the rent-a-car spot, I remember that distinctively. It was only one CLA. That's my favorite car. That's the car I was always looking at, was CLA. So I was driving the CLA as a rent-a-car, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have this. I'm like, yeah. And that's before I even got my car, and that was like what, a year or two ago. So to make a long story short, man, I manifesting my car by taking certain steps and going through the process. And the steps of the process is really like, what is your wants? What is your want? What do you want? What do you desire? Right? Why do you desire it? What is your intention behind your desires? Once you get your desire, how are you going to maintain it? How are you going to keep it? What are you willing to do or sacrifice to have this desire? I said, I'll DoorDash, I'll deliver, I'll taxi, I want this car. Now, I never really thought about everything that comes with the car. Of course, I did think about the maintenance, the reliability, and things like that. And some things I learned while having it, but I did my research, is the point. I did my research because if you do your research, it's letting the universe know, letting God know, like, yo, I'm serious about this. And it's kind of like you already have it. You just don't have the actual product. You don't have it materialized in real time. Now, that's anything. On my channel, on my page, my TikTok, you'll notice that I have my aesthetic is really leaning towards more of a luxurious lifestyle. That's where I come from. I am from Philly. I'll give you a quick breakdown. I'm originally from South Philadelphia, some parts of West or Southwest, but I'm really from South Philly, right? Southwest Philly, South Philly. And it's just the fucking trenches, bro. So, it's like that mom and pop dynamic. Like the mom side is a little bit more, and then the pop side is a little bit more, So I definitely grew up with the rough side of the edge, but also had definitely a better side of my life that I was able to experience as far as what I want in my current day. And I say that to say my goal is to show people how you can live like this, and you don't have to envy anybody. You don't have to sell your soul. You don't have to go through any ill means to gain these things, because these things is just easily, honestly, man, if you're on the right track, you're on the right frequency, you're on the right, that pinpoint dot, man, you get this thing, you get them, no problem. You really have to make an intention, set a goal, set a standard for yourself. These are the gems to creating abundant life. And this is not something like I'm an expert at, but even where I am at today, by the grace of God, in the name of Jesus, I was able to accomplish certain things. Now, I have worked my ass off. I've worked 4 jobs at once, no lie, and still working multiple streams of income, like all times. And I say that, like, don't let nobody discourage you. Don't let nobody tell you what you're doing and what your path is wrong, because only you know your path and God knows your path. God's going to place your path into your heart. It's up to you to follow it. And this is from me to you, to myself too, because I watch these videos and I encourage myself, and I'm like, well, this is the standard that we setting, and we 2024, 2025, We're gonna get these millions, we're gonna get this money, we're gonna save some lives. So yeah, so house, car. Now back to the house thing, where I'm at today. Like, I've always wanted to be in a more luxurious place. I had some situations happen earlier this year that really forced me into a position that I was like, I just can't deal with this. It's not beneficial for me. It's not beneficial for my mentality. It's not beneficial for my soul. So I made the steps and the actions to do so and to get away from that. So the funny thing about that is that I didn't expect to be here as quick as I am. I thought it was going to take longer. I'm more of a yuppie, as they would say. That is some aesthetic that I do strive for. I like the Patrick Bateman. What is that? The American Psycho. I never watched the movie. I have to watch it. We're gonna watch it, right? But the aesthetic is the yuppie aesthetic. Like, I fuck with it. Like, I'm definitely more of a Sigma, and I hate to say what I am and all that, but my aesthetic is more leaning towards that. Like, I'm not, funny, and I don't have anything against anybody that has any type of preferences, but I take care of myself, man. Like, your self-care, your self-preservation, your health, you know what I mean? Going to the gym, working out, eating right. These things are so important and key to manifesting success, man. Like, and maintaining it, honestly, bro. Like, I don't get up and think about what I'm gonna do to better myself every single day. And I'm recording this now as I'm on the road of no marijuana, no smoking, no masturbation, or I've been trying to curse less and slow down. I'm always constantly going, and when you're constantly going, you don't pay attention to the details. And missing the details is such a crucial thing in life, because the details is bigger than the picture. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think of that. This is gently. The details is bigger than the picture, period. You know what I mean? Because that one little detail can be the biggest thing that's going to create or erase your art, your picture, what you're trying to build, what you're trying to create. That little detail can either hinder or it can take it out the water. So, you have to pay attention and to what you're intaking, what your vibrations is set on, what your standards are in life. What are you trying to accomplish? How will you accomplish it? Focusing on these things will grant you a lot more peace into your journey. Another thing is patience. So patience is something I had to relearn. And I say that to say I had to relearn it due to the fact that patience was something that I've always had, but is very, very thin, due to my shrewd nature, due to I'm a individual that promotes himself as a businessman. So I want to be a businessman. I am a businessman. That's how I carry myself in real life. Maybe not the hoodie, but boom. You know what I mean? Like, so I say that to say having patience in every aspect of your life can really change things. Like, I'll be honest, one thing I've been noticing for the past few weeks is that patience brings rewards. It always brings a reward. If you have been patient, it brings you rewards. It's been numerous times that I have had delays. I have had things that test my patience and get me frustrated and get me irritated. And yet it still brought me a reward at the end because I stuck with it. I didn't get mad. I didn't curse nobody out. I didn't make anybody feel uncomfortable. So patience can take you a long way, especially with God or the universe, because you're gonna need patience. Like, everything that I have today, or that I manifested when it comes down to the clothes that I wear, the food that I eat, the drinks that I drink. I want to get Starbucks today. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go get a Starbucks, bro. Because everything is taking time and patience. Now, you know what doesn't have patience? The universe. The universe has patience when it comes to its time, but when it comes to when it comes to your time, but when it comes to you being on its time, you have to move quickly and swiftly because you're always on the right track, but you can make where you're trying to go a lot more smoother if you are on your universe's time. Meaning that when it's time to take action, you take action. When it's time to cut this person off, go here, you might go, like yesterday I went to the supermarket, ran into another Christian group where I had no intention of speaking to nobody. Like I'm like, man, I just want to go get my groceries, get my little meal, in and out, boom. And I had a conversations that struck up that made me feel liberated, right? So having patience can just tell so many different things, and the universe is always working with you and for you and not against you, right? But you have to have the resilience and the speed to act on the things that the universe is going to give you in reward for your patience, right? So that's that. I do have a notebook because I be, you know what I mean? I be forgetting stuff. But as I mentioned, man, the goal of this is, and I'm almost done. I'm not going to take too much of your time. But the goal is to inspire you, to teach you, and to encourage you to be better, do better, and want better. Because there's no reason that anybody should really not, besides like circumstances. You was born poor, you in third world country or something like that. But if you really don't have none of these things, every day you should put 100% into your goals, into yourself, into what do you want. It's not a day that I wake up that I don't put 100% unless I'm physically unable to. Like I was sick this past week. I did not want to get sick. I hate being sick, but what can I do? God told me to slow down, so I had to slow down. And that happens. That really does. Like if you're a person, you always want to go boom, 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 boom. Like, yo, you're going to slow down. And the worst thing, and it's a gem too, like, you got to listen to God when he tells you the first couple times, because he's going to help you. He's going to tell you like 1, 2, maybe 3 times. Like, yo, you got to chill, bro. You got to slow down. And if you don't listen, then he going to make you slow down. And it's not fun when he makes you do it, because then you trying his hand, he going to hit you with something you don't even want or you didn't feel like dealing with. Now it's like you could just did it the first time. Now you don't. You know, so keep that in mind. Last thing is that evil hates evil. Evil hates evil. Evil hates evil means that, like, it's better to do good and be good in as much as you can. Because as you notice in recent times with these situations with these celebrities, such as Puff and, you know, numerous others, like, that type of lifestyle really holds no type of loyalty, you know? You can't expect loyalty from the devil. Like, you can't expect loyalty from someone that's evil. And evil hates evil means that even, it's certain, like, if you notice, man, everybody is, like, the people that do the most wrong shit, first of all, don't really get reprimanded into the end, right? Which is kind of a hurt piece, honestly, because if you live your whole life, you think you're on cloud 9, you're on power 10, and then, like, boom, you know what I mean? Like, all that shit's taken away from you. You still gotta live. You still gotta live with your consequences and your empire being taken from you. And that's when you build an empire off of ill will and ill intent. You won't get a chance to enjoy it all. Either you pass or, you know what I mean, somebody come and take it from you. So evil hates evil because you might have people that do SA, right? And it might be a dude, he like to just cap people just for the fun of it. But he hates somebody that SAs people. You know what I mean? So evil hates evil. It's no, like, it's not like, oh, but if you're doing something good, and it's hard to say, oh man, I don't like him because he feeds to the homeless, and I go and feed, you know, foster children. How can you really hate that, right? Evil hates evil. Like, you know, it's like a kind of a complexity, a prideful thing. It's like, I might knock people off, but I don't like nobody that touch women or beat women, right? So it's better to do good than it is to do evil, hands down, because good is always going to overcome evil. Even if evil seem like it's, you know what I mean, it's where it's at, it's lit, but it's not. It's not. Something that comes with a price that you're not willing to pay is not lit. You know what I mean? Nor would it ever be. So I just wanted to drop that gem because I was thinking in my thoughts, and I was just like, man, like, damn, it's crazy because evil hates evil too. You know what I mean? Like, it's cats in jail, right? You get to jail. You did something that they don't like. They like, nah, that's drawing the line, partner. But they in there too. Probably got longer than you. But evil hates evil. Because God runs it all. So I just wanted to give that one. Yeah, man. Right. That's what it is, man. Just Chino. We signing out. I love you. And we're gonna keep this thing going. It's day one of just cleansing my energy. And I want you to cleanse yours with me. I love you. God bless. Peace. Deuces. This is so cool. Look at this. We're really building their little concert thing over there. So hopefully we get a little free concert, get a chance to attend or just view it. But, you know, beautiful day, man. Beautiful day.